What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and I got some pretty big news for you, sports-related news that is, generally tied to the NFL. Certainly will affect the NFL, etc., etc. And it kind of plays on a little bit of what we talked about last time in, some of the protests going on from like the NBA and so on. Anyway, so let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is Naomi Osaka joins walkout after Jacob Blake shooting, skipping semifinal at Western and Southern Open. Naomi Osaka, like countless other teams and athletes across the country, is walking out in protest of the Jacob Blake shooting. Osaka announced on Twitter on Wednesday night that she will not play in her semifinal match against Elise Mertens at the Western and Southern Open in Ohio on Thursday. Western and Southern Open suspends play. Hours after Osaka's announcement, the Western and Southern Open opted to suspend play for the day on Thursday entirely. It's unclear if Osaka will decide to participate in her semifinal match on Friday. Osaka, latest to walk out. The Milwaukee Bucks did not take the court in Game 5 of their opening round playoff series against the Orlando Magic on Wednesday afternoon, something that sparked a widespread walkout. The Bucks did so after Blake, a 29-year-old black man, was shot multiple times in the back by police as he tried to get into his car on Sunday in Kenosha, Wisconsin, which sits about 40 minutes south of Milwaukee. Video of the incident was captured and shared widely on social media, which drew widespread condemnation both from inside the sports world and out. An attorney for the Blake family said that 3 of his children were in the car at the time he was shot. All 6 NBA teams slated to play on Wednesday night opted to sit out in protest and were joined by several MLB teams, including the Milwaukee Brewers, in solidarity. All 6 WNBA teams who were scheduled to play also walked out, and as did every MLS team competing. Osaka is currently ranked number 10th in the world, said the latest shooting has left her exhausted. And so actually that's already kind of mentioned a little bit of what the very next thing that I was going to talk about is that the WNBA follows the NBA's lead and stages walkout in response to Jacob Blake shooting. WNBA players, just like their NBA counterparts roughly 100 miles away at Walt Disney World, staged a walkout on Wednesday in response to the Jacob Blake shooting. 4 of the 6 teams scheduled to play at IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida, linked arms and kneeled together on the court in a powerful show of force on ESPN ahead of the announcement. Blake, we already talked about the incident. All 3 NBA playoff games were suspended, as we talked about, etc., etc. Okay, so we got that, covered that. And look, I told you guys, if it wasn't the coronavirus, it was going to be, the civil unrest. If it wasn't that, then, the crashing economy. All of these things are playing a part into why the sports seasons are doomed, for the foreseeable future, to be honest with you. But also goes to show why there's no point in doing it to begin with. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the last little bit of news that came out, because this is pretty even bigger than what we've already talked about. So the Lakers and Clippers vote not to play remainder of the NBA season during players' meeting per report. The Los Angeles Clippers and Los Angeles Lakers have voted not to play the remainder of the 2019-2020 NBA season, according to a report from Shams Charania of the Athletic. Their decision comes after the players held an all-hands-on-deck meeting late on Wednesday night. Every other team, however, voted to continue playing. I wonder how long that's gonna stay the case, though, man. I'm telling you, anyway, you guys know how I feel. To open the emotional meeting, players spoke with the family of Jacob Blake, the Kenosha, Wisconsin man who was shot 7 times in the back. As of now, there are no concrete plans moving forward, but at the minimum, it appears that Thursday's playoff games will be postponed, according to a Chris Mannix of Sports Illustrated. But how do you continue the season if you lose some of your playoff teams, right? I don't know. Anyway, earlier in the day, that just takes away from the quality of the game. Clippers and Lakers fans are not going to be happy that they're not going to be able to see their teams play, even if they're, understanding and on their side. They'll still, I can imagine, be upset that you know, they're not going to be able to see their team play, even though the rest of, you know, the teams are going to play. Anyway, whatever. So you get the point. It is what it is. And like I said, man, as we continue to go down, you know, this road, as we get into the winter months, it's only going to get worse. And so the reason why I'm telling you guys about these stories regarding these other sports leagues is because, I mean, it's huge and it's going to affect the NFL. If you guys think that it's not, okay. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, because you're just going to be super disappointed and you're going to get all upset because it's going to happen. So there are way too many existential threats to the football season to think that there's going to be a 16 game schedule with playoffs, etc., etc. Anyway, so with that, guys, I'm going to get up out of here. I hope you guys appreciate my perspectives. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section. And of course, as always, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Dillon Tartaro. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.